Welcome to Books on Air, the podcast that tells the story behind the book. It includes insights from authors about how they compose their work, what inspires them, and what they hope you'll take away from their book. Here's your host for this episode of Books on Air, Suzanne Harris.
Welcome to the Books on Air podcast. I'm Sloan Fremont, filling in for Suzanne Harris. This is the podcast where listeners get the secret story behind every book. Joining me today is Pamala Lavan, author of the book, Not for the Boys. This book is based on Tom and Pam, who are brother and sister, and contains 10 different fun stories to make you laugh about the different situations they find themselves in. Pamala, I want to welcome you to the Books on Air podcast. Can you tell us how you came to write this book and what your motivation was?
Introducing Pamala Lavan. I grew up with an older male chauvinist brother, Johnny, 4 years older than me, who would never help with the housework and left it all to our mum and me. I would often complain, "Mum, how come Johnny doesn't help with the washing up or housework?" As she laughed, "He's like your dad and thinks it's girls' work." As I called, "You should make him, Mum." But she laughed it off. Hence this went on all through my teenage years and even when he got married and had a daughter, with him leaving all the housework and even looking after the baby to his wife. He did as little to help with changing nappies and changing his little girl as possible, saying it was woman's work again. A real Neanderthal male chauvinist. However, one day when I was in my 30s, I met a lady, Jenny, who told me that her younger brother, who although a year younger than her, by the age of 10 was bigger and would bully and tease her, again never lifting a finger to help her mum or her with the housework. This all changed one day, when she entered the back door and saw her brother, in her pretty apron and floral PVC pinny with her pink marigolds, doing the washing up, as she screeched with laughter and he wailed with tears coming down his cheeks, to let him go and remove his aprons. She said, "I then saw Lucy from next door with Mum, who laughed and said, 'We've made a breakthrough with your brother, who now sees the error in his ways and says he'll now help with the housework from now on,' as he tried to say, just the washing up." She laughed and said, "It got more and more embarrassing for my little bro, especially when he to do the laundry and help us shopping. He's now acting as his wife's housemaid in some adorable aprons and does all he chores for her, even playing dollies and dress up with his young daughter, who loves them playing with her mummy's dress-up box." When I told Jenny about my male chauvinist brother, and wishing I'd known how to trap him as a young girl, she said, "It's never too late." And so we arranged that her and I invite my bro over to Mum's house for a few drinks, with him drinking far too much and having to be put to bed. Guess who ended up in a pretty nightdress and hair ribbons when he woke up, and with the photos and videos was completely under our thumbs, having to wear pretty aprons and a pinny to do the laundry with a pretty handbag and purse for his pegs, but also hair ribbons to help his disguise. He then cried, "Oh no," as his wife was standing there laughing at his new girly look and saying their 5-year-old daughter will love her daddy's new look, with us ordering him to look and sound really girly, and him promising to do all the housework and laundry from now on. Of course he, like her brother, got into more and more embarrassing situations, to make his wife and neighbors and of course Mummy and me laugh our heads off, and suggest even more embarrassing things for him to do, with him having to do anything we say. His wife couldn't believe when she joined him upstairs to bed and screeched when she spied him in the baby doll nightie and frilly panties we'd ordered him to wear, and his daughter ran in and spied her sobbing daddy. This got me thinking about various techniques for sisters trapping brothers, girlfriends to trap boyfriends, but even better, girls trapping naughty ex-boyfriends who had dumped them, and other girls trapping local boys, such as asking them to teach them football and using pretty aprons and ballet to bring them to heel. I then realized with so many stories, I could write a book on the topic, and hence our book, Not for the Boys, came about. For inquiries, email pamala.lavan@hotmail.com. P.S. You may hear other ladies give some of the answers in this talk. They just wanted to take part for a giggle, as they enjoy being part of the NFTB Association. P.S. As this is an audio chat, it's best to have a pen and paper to take down relevant information, such as the name of the book, author, where to get it, email address and website, as well as the link for this chat. Tell your girlfriends and ladies where to look if they want a giggle.
How would you introduce your book to a friend in a sentence or two?
Introduction to book. Girls and ladies, welcome to our feature book, Not for the Boys, by Pamela Lavan, and published by Author House, which will make girls of all ages and ladies smile, laugh and giggle at the funny situations naughty, male chauvinist boys in the book find themselves in, under girls' thumbs. As you listeners imagine their brothers, boyfriends, sons or just a local boy next door, in the same shoes. P.S. This talk should only have girls or ladies in the audience. As the title says, it's not for the boys. So any boys listening, obviously will enjoy playing dollies and dress up. And men listening, will probably see the fun in joining their wife in bed, both wearing pretty night dresses. Girls and ladies will really have fun, if they can stay for the full half hour, to hear about the different parts of the book, and the many techniques that girls in the book use to trap boys and which the girls in the audience could use to have lots of fun too. P.S. Any emails should go to pamela.lavan@hotmail.com. That's with all A's, and no E, in the pamela.lavan. Pamala.lavan @hotmail.com.
What are some of your favorite scenes or characters from your book?
Important parts of the book are reading the story of Pam and her older, bully boy male chauvinist brother Tom, as he is brought to heel, and has to start doing housework for his mum. But then Pam discovers what her mum had done to make him obey her, and gradually has him do more and more embarrassing things. And he ends up in some hilarious situations as more girls discover him saying, doing or wearing something girly and tease him silly. Read the other subsections, B to J, of Pam and Tom. But then the story, 2 to 9, as they hear about other boys being targeted by girls, and even more embarrassing situations for them too. The thought of the really macho boys they know locally, and at school, and realizing they could get them to act like little girls, wearing pretty aprons, hair ribbons, skipping, curtsying, pirouetting, playing dollies and wheeling them about the garden or streets or even town shopping, and gradually getting into more embarrassing situations and outfits, might be too much for some girls to resist. But listen on, if you want to know how.
How is your book unlike any others with similar topics? Or what would you say sets your book apart from the crowd?
Although this book Not for the Boys is completely fiction, with all the characters and situations being made up, the girls and ladies in the audience should realize how easily it could be to put the game's complements, fun football and fun laundry into action, and have boys, brothers, boyfriends and local boys under their thumbs, in the same funny situations the boys in the book find themselves in. Girls will love the compliments game, especially playing with their mummy facing each other, and giving a compliment, which is greeted by a thanks with a curtsy and pirouette and then a kiss, and then the compliment returned to lots of laughter. But then ask a boy to give his mum or sister a compliment, and no matter what he says, he gets a ballet, thank you, but then finds a pretty apron slid over his head and he's tied into it and is given his compliment back ready for his curtsy and pirouette. But it gets even funnier and more embarrassing for him. Fun footy and fun laundry. Have him in a pretty aprons, but with a handbag added to his fun look, along with ballet curtsies and pirouettes to more giggles.
When and where does your story take place?
The book takes place in the south of England in the present day, since we live here. But it could be any town and almost any country. Although some countries let men carry handbags about and so it's not so applicable there. It could happen in any part of Britain, but could also take place anywhere in the world.
What 3 words would you say best describe the story and its characters?
Girls embarrassing boys.
What is one thing you want the readers to learn or take away from your book?
One thing to take from the book is the girly games, compliments, fun football and fun laundry, which will has the boys completely under the girls' thumb, and doing ballet moves, curtsies and pirouettes, making you giggle at the thoughts of what could be, even if you don't implement it in action. But imagine some of the boys being coerced into ballet tutu, and giving the girls a laugh, as they prance around doing curtsies and pirouettes, but then 1 or 2 are kidnapped one Saturday morning to the ballet class, and taken into the young under 6 fairies group, to be greeted by screeches of laughter, especially if some of the girls and their mums know them, but then shown to the bigger class, with some girls from school recognizing him, and planning for some new schoolgirls to join their class, to laughter and giggles. I wonder if any would have a little accident in their panties. Poor babies.
What would you say was the most challenging part of writing your book and also the most fun and rewarding?
Challenging parts of writing this book not for the boys were splitting the initial large story of Tom, who was 8, and his young sister Pam, 7, which kept on growing, but then other characters appeared of differing ages, and how we were going to tie all the parts together into one book.
What I enjoyed when writing this book was how much it made me laugh and giggle at the girly situations the boys in the book got into, and thinking of lots of other boys of various ages being coerced by girls to play dollies and dress up, and especially the 3 games you've just heard about, but then new and more embarrassing things happening to them.
Who would you say your book would appeal to and why?
This section will take up most of the talk due to the why. Girls of all ages and ladies should love this book. Not for the Boys, by Pamala Lavan. This is the main part of this talk, lasting just over 20 minutes. Due to the why girls and ladies will love the book. You've heard us mention the 3 fun girly games: compliments, fun football, and fun laundry, which uses ballet and pretty aprons, which girls will love and boys dread. This section will explain the use of these 3 games in detail, and have you all laughing your heads off when you realize how much fun you girls can have playing them, and understand why the girls in the book love them so much. But we have a real secret weapon, which will have the boys actually begging to play the 3 games, rather than you deploy your weapon. It's nothing that's special and something that you girls and your mummies often use every day of your lives, either at school or shopping, but our version has an NFTB twist that we think you girls will adore. The boys, a brother, boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend, will dread you use your weapon, and be willing to do almost anything for you not to embarrass them with it. Our website, nftbbooks.com, Think Not for the Boys Books, has more information about our book, and has fun animations to demonstrate, and adds an audio commentary about the compliments game and fun laundry. However, the website also demonstrates our secret weapon, and shows how to use the various versions and levels of severity, via more stories, and also your imagination, that will have boys tremble at your feet.
The book comprises 19 stories, but 10 of these span the main story of a male chauvinist bully boy, Tom, 8, and his sweet young sister Pam, 7, their dad having left when they were only 3 or 4. Tom would never help with the housework, not even the washing up, considering that's girls' work, whereas Pam loved helping her mummy about the house in pretty aprons, but thinking her mum should find some way to make Tom help with the housework too. These 10 stories are interleaved between the other 9 tales, with other boys of varying ages being trapped by girls using various methods to force the boys to do girly things to make girls laugh. E.g. a boy asking to play dollies with his sister, or a boy wanting to wheel a doll's pram round the back garden, or wanting to wear a pretty apron to help his mummy with the housework indoors. But then asking for a floral PVC pinny to do the laundry outside, often asking for a headscarf or hair ribbons to stop the neighbors recognizing him. What's funny is a boy in a girly apron being offered a boy's macho apron, but refuses to swap, saying he loves the girly apron in front of girls or ladies, to sound a complete sissy. But in fact he can't remove the girly apron, or they'll spy his frilly panties, or worse, due to his trousers being undone and just his belt done up to expose him. Just one of the fun tricks girls can play on boys under their thumbs.
Rude Tom. Pam's mum thought it was too much trouble trying to get Tom to help with the housework, but Tom was getting worse, bullying Pam, but now even being rude and talking back and saying nasty things to her. Pam suggested a way to trap Tom, and his mum decided to try it out, but did it when Pam was out, so that it would be a secret between Tom and her. They get home from school and have some refreshments. Pam goes out to join some girlfriends, and his mum asks him to help with the washing up, as Tom wails, "That's flaming girls' work," as his mum takes him upstairs and strips him, and gives him some light smacks with her hand on his bottom, to which Tom cries crocodile tears as usual, even though it didn't ever hurt him, and normally she'd just let him off and see him subdued for a while, till he'd be naughty again. His mum's trap. However, this time, he's handed Pam's yellow panties and told, "At least Pam wants to spy her frillies under your trousers," as he sobs, "Not fair," but after some protests, he pulls them on, as she laughs, saying, "Arms up," as he raises them but gasps as she slides a yellow frock down over them and down his body as he sobs, "Don't," as she adds, "I've locked the back door," and slides some ribbons into his hair and leads him downstairs. She ties him into a frilly apron and PVC pinny, and says, as washing up is girls' work, you'd better do it, as he sobs but starts doing the cup stitches and begs, I'm sorry. Let me off.
Please don't tell Pam. He's partway through the washing up when Pam comes back and rings the doorbell, causing Tom to gasp, and his laughing mum removes Tom's pinny and apron and hanging him up, she calls Pam round the back and sees her silhouette disappear and lets a nervous Tom escape upstairs to his room. But he's told to stay as he is, till his mum lets him out of his pretties, and has a word. Pam goes round the back and his mum unlocks the door and lets her back in. Tom has reached the safety of his bedroom and locking the door, flings himself down on the bed sobbing, not effing fair, as he spies his girly outfit and hair ribbons in the mirror, and cringes at his girly look.
Tom's change. Pam is none the wiser, but gasps as she sees Tom help do the washing up after tea, not realizing he's wearing her panties under his trousers. As her mum says, I had a word with Tom. He's promised to help with the housework, as he calls just the washing up mum, but she shakes her head as he cringes and Pam laughs. Shouldn't he wear something to protect his clothes, mummy? As she holds up her pretty apron, that Tom had been wearing earlier. As his mum laughs Pam, as she laughed. I can't wait to see him in my pretty aprons. Adding especially when he does the laundry, as he cries, I'm not wearing aprons outside. As his mum laughs.
Pam accidentally discovers her mum's girly trick on Tom, and has him completely under her thumb, and gives him some payback for his years of bullying and not doing the housework, ensuring he plays dollies and dress up with her, and has him wheel her dolly pram around the house and then the garden, with him begging for a headscarf or ribbons, as he dreads being recognized. She of course has him doing the housework and laundry in pretty aprons, with him wearing hair ribbons, and mincing about the garden dreading a girl or lady spy him. Then June accidentally spies Tom and his mum explains about Pam now making Tom play dollies, and carry a doll about the house with him. And sometimes a handbag too. He sobs, don't tell her mum. As she laughs, the naughty girl is even making him wear something pretty to bed. As June gurgles, a pretty nightie. As Tom blushes, not fair mum. As they laugh.
Other girls. One way to trap a boy is through football, where a young girl asks a boy to teach her and her friend footy. He goes into the back garden to see another young girl with a ball, and he runs over and says, it's easy, as he starts to dribble the ball. But then some big girls appear, and the boy finds himself on his back and a pretty apron slid over his neck, and tied behind him. But then a handbag is slid up his arm and tied to his apron, and he's trapped, and has to stay to play fun football mincing his handbag. He cries about the neighbors spying him and has ribbons and a headscarf added. But this is only a temporary reprieve. Football ballet. What can make the fun football hilarious is combining ballet with it. So after each kick of the ball, he's to do a curtsy and then a pirouette, with girls having to teach him how to curtsy and then pirouette, with threats of him having to join the ballet class on a Saturday morning, and maybe ending up in a pretty tutu, as he begs them not to take him to ballet.
After a while a girl asks him, why did you need the headscarf? As he says about stopping him being recognized, but then a young girl asks, so Jimmy, what are you disguising yourself as? As he realizes and cringes, as he says, a flaming girl. Which can lead to some really super embarrassing situations for him, with skirts and dresses and even frilly panties, which can lead to the ultimate embarrassment, but I'll leave that for now. P.S. If adding frillies, where girls might spy something naughty, it's fun to make the boy call it something very funny.
It's my little tiny baby PP.
Imagine him saying that to his teenage girlfriend, as she screeches the house down. When he does do proper curtsies, it's super embarrassing for him being introduced to other girls and ladies, who gasp and ask, where on earth did you learn to curtsy, Billy? As he blushes, and girls can make up stories of him attending ballet lessons as a little boy, and wearing a tutu, to screeches of laughter and blushes from him. Fun laundry. Fun football leads on to fun laundry, which is used in lots of situations in the book, to make doing the washing less of a chore, and more fun for girls and ladies. They take a pretty handbag and put the pegs into it and then slide 6 pegs from your handbag into the purse, and return it to your handbag and are then ready. You pick up a skirt or blouse or lingerie, and get your purse out of your handbag and get a few pegs, and return the purse, zipping up the handbag, and peg up the item. Simulating going up to a till to pay, while shopping. But imagine a boy having to do fun laundry, with his handbag and purse. However, it gets more fun when it comes to pegging up frocks or nighties, where you slide them onto a clothes hanger, and slipping the hanger over your head, with the dress or nightie down your front, as you then curtsy and pirouette and mince round the garden, before pegging up the dress or nightie. Just like trying on a frock in a dress shop.
You can increase the laundry fun by telling a female neighbor about fun laundry and have the two of you and even other ladies round to watch, as you synchronize your washing times, and do curtsies and pirouettes to each other.
But especially if a boy has to do the fun laundry, with the neighbor laughing her head off at the once macho boy, now in a pretty apron and floral PVC pinny and hair ribbons, mincing his handbag of pegs and using his purse to peg up various girly washing. But then seeing him with a frock hanging down his front, as he curtsies and pirouettes and minces his handbag around the garden, as she screeches her head off. She suggests he be help round the shops and modelling frocks as he begs them not to. He's of course offered to help her with her fun laundry for more adventures as a girly. You now see how embarrassed the boys in the book are when they have to do fun laundry. Imagine having a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, or brother join you girly shopping for dresses, and you persuading him to join you modelling the same frock at the mirror, with him dreading being seen by girls you both know, and begging for a headscarf to stop him being recognised. Of course, sending him up to buy the frock, using his handbag and purse, to giggles.
The book uses fun football and fun laundry, but there is also the compliments game, which lets girls utilize ballet to trap a boy. Girls of all ages, but especially little girls, will love playing compliments, as it lets them do ballet moves with their mum or girlfriends. Two girls or a girl and her mum stand to face each other and one compliments the other saying, "Your dress is beautiful," as they say, "Thanks, Susan," and then bob a curtsy and then do a pirouette. But this is then followed by a kiss, sometimes just blown but others on the lips. Of course the other girl or mum returns the compliment and she then curtsies and pirouettes and returns the kiss as they both laugh. The compliments game should be passed on to lots of girlfriends, and especially at school, where you can get the whole girls' playground assembled to listen, as you tell about the compliments game. Compliments game 2. However, then a boy, brother, boyfriend or boy next door, is asked to compliment a girl or his sister or mum, with the promise of a present, but no matter what he says, "You're nice," or "You're horrible." He gets a curtsy and pirouette, and then an often unwanted kiss. But then someone slips up behind him, and slides a pretty apron over his neck, and ties it behind his back, and he's given his compliment, "John, that pretty apron really suits you," as he begs for them or his mum to remove it. Of course he's forced to give a curtsy and pirouette and then a kiss, having to repeat several times, till he gets the curtsy right. Compliments game 3. However, when his frilly apron is removed as he says, "Thanks, Mum," but then cries, "Oh no," as another pretty apron is slid over his head and tied behind him. But it's one from a 3-year-old girl, which looks really stupid on him, as he sobs at the photographs and videos being taken of him. He realizes he's to beg for a big girly apron in future, or be put into his fun apron. He's trapped for other fun girly things to say, do, or wear, and often has to play dollies and dress up and act as a real girly. Website nftbbox.com. We also have a website nftbbooks.com, not for the boys, books.com. For other similar stories about girls trapping boys and making them act very girly, with lots of animations to see, and audio, so you can listen to a commentary. It's here you shall discover our secret weapon, which I shall mention in detail in a minute or two. The website has a splash page to introduce the main concepts with animations and audio too, but then a button, go to main website, to let you traverse to the real nftbbooks.com website. The website has animations for the compliments game and fun laundry, both with audio to make you laugh, but also other animations with audio too, with the sound being able to be toggled between mute and back on again. Top right. Our secret weapon on the site will coerce a macho boy to slip into his sister's frilly aprons to play the 3 games, with his mum wondering, have aliens come and replaced my male chauvinist boy with a modern male replica? Website shopping bags. The answer is our secret weapon, which are our fun girly shopping bags with girly messages, which should make girls and ladies laugh at the various messages that will have brothers, boyfriends or macho ex-boyfriends shaking in their shoes and begging the girl not to carry her new shopping bag around the shops or to school or to the dance. He'll be willing to do almost anything for her to hold off or hide the message from girls. Note that many of the fun girly shopping bags are completely free with just an email to pamala.lavan@hotmail.com. Website shopping bags. The cloth shopping bags are pink with a plain pink rear side so you can hide the message till you wish to triumphantly turn the bag, to play peek-a-boo and proudly display the girly message, and hear girls and ladies screech as they read. The front has a girly message on them in large letters to be easily read, boys keep calm, and the girly message. P.S. In the stories, please ignore any message about site under construction which I'm meaning to remove soon. 3 types of bag. There are 3 types of bag to tease or control boys. Standard bags. Shareable bags, which are the most popular bags. Personalized bags. The standard bags. The standard bags say something like, boys keep calm with a girly message. Boys keep calm and carry a pretty handbag. Or boys keep calm and play dollies and dress up. There are about 15 to 20 different messages to choose from, which are displayed in the website. Shareable bags. Ring of fear. For boys. With it going from 12 o'clock, least embarrassing message, to 11 o'clock the worst and most embarrassing message. Which will have a macho ex absolutely beg and do anything you want, for you not to carry the girly bag. Shopping, to school or even to a dance.
You can have a girl or several girlfriends join you, as you ask a boy is he feeling stressed about exams, or something else, and when he says yes, you then say, Billy keep calm. And turn your standard shopping bag, to show him the message, peekaboo like, boys keep calm, and wear pretty hair ribbons and bows. As he reads and gasps and laughs very funny or walks off, as you girls screech, maybe with 1 or 2 trying to slide a ribbon into his hair.
Shareable bags. However, the best and most popular bags are the shareable bags, which target a brother, boyfriend or macho ex-boyfriend, and will have your boy begging you not to carry your pretty shopping bag, around shopping, to school or even to dances. We call these bags shareable because, once a girl gets her bag, she can loan the bag to hundreds of girlfriends or girls at school for selfies, for them to pretend to have a bag themselves, and hear their respective boy absolutely beg her not to carry her new pretty shopping bag about, especially at school, and be willing to do embarrassing girly things, like play the 3 games if they don't carry it, with her sometimes playing peekaboo with it.
Brother bags. Imagine a girl having a bag saying, boys keep calm, my brother loves wearing pretty hair ribbons and bows, as she could carry it shopping or especially to school. I wonder how long before some girls in his class start sliding ribbons into her brother's hair, and what else it could lead to him wearing.
Although the sister would get into trouble from her mum, and definitely her dad, if they found out. However, a good trick is her to give the bag to a lady or girlfriend to be a pretend Auntie Jan, who texts her brother saying, Hi Jimmy. I'm thinking of giving your sweet sister Penny a new pretty shopping bag for her birthday. She adds, but I might hold off, if you do something for me, as he'll think, so what? What's that to do with me? She then texts, I hear you don't help her or your mummy with any housework. As she adds, I want you to pop down and slip into your sister's pretty apron and ask your mummy to help her with the housework and laundry every day after school. As he'll think, no chance. As you then send him a photo of a lady or her carrying the shopping bag, without her face being shown of course, saying, boys keep calm, my brother loves playing dollies and dress up, and she will hear him beg, please don't give her that stupid bag, as he'll realize if his sister carries it at school where he'd have the mick taken out of him terribly. Maybe girls bringing in dollies or frocks and saying, I'm sure you'd love playing dollies with Barbie, or this frock would really suit you Jimmy.
Boyfriend bags. An older girl with a boyfriend can have a bag saying, boys keep calm, my boyfriend loves carrying a pretty handbag, and have him beg her not to carry it around shopping or school or bring it to a dance, and be willing to do anything she wants for her not to carry it about. She could carry it playing peekaboo, just showing the message to 1 or 2 ladies or girls. She might want him to join her and her mum girly shopping, which he'd never normally do in a million years, or even see him playing the compliments game or the other 2 fun games for a giggle. The macho X bags. But the best and most popular bag for teenage girls and even some ladies is the macho X bag, which is fun on many different levels. First of all, most teenage girls or young ladies will have many ex-boyfriends, and so you are targeting several boys at once. Boys keep calm, my macho ex loves wearing a bra amp, panties, or wearing lingerie or frocks, etc. You can carry that proudly about the school or shopping and have girlfriends who knew you went out with Gary ask, "Did he, Fiona?" As she laughs, "Oh, that would be telling. Or it was actually one of my other ex-boyfriends." But then Gary hears, and maybe sees the photo of his ex carrying the bag and will beg her not to carry it and be willing to do lots of embarrassing things if you don't carry it round. It could be good fun if you used to get on with his mum before you split up, and still have her phone number or can get it from your ex-boyfriend, to send her a photograph of you with the bag on your elbow showing the message, "Boys keep calm, my macho ex loves wearing pretty hair ribbons." And hear his mum laugh, "I might just find some hair ribbons to have a laugh with Gary. He'll beg you not to carry it to the dance." Imagine one of your ex-boyfriends at the dance, and you show girlfriends but then have a dance with the bag on your elbow, as you display the message proudly to everyone and he gets teased badly, or even if he's not there, the aftermath of teasing your ex will get and protest that's not flaming funny, as you say, "Oh Gary, it was one of my other ex-boyfriends that used to like to wear hair ribbons." As he'll say, "Ha," and tell his mates and girls, trying to explain to more laughter. But there's bags saying he loves wearing a pretty nightie or lingerie. You could then loan the shopper to another girl to tease her ex at the dance, and then loan it to other girls too. However, there are some really embarrassing messages if you check the nftbbooks.com website, see Ring of Fear, and especially the stories about using the bags. That will have your ex having kittens and begging you not to carry it about and be willing to do absolutely anything you want. Maybe have him go into a handbag shop and try out some pretty wicker shopping baskets with his mum or sister, and after modeling some at the mirror, he's to buy himself one. But then he's to ask his mum to get him a pretty handbag too, as she gurgles at his request, and he has to model some pretty handbags in the shop at the mirror. Personalized bags. But if girls have used lots of the shareable bags to tease brother, boyfriend or macho ex-boyfriends, then there are also personalized bags with a girl and boy's first names. Boys keep calm. Janice says my macho ex James loves to suck a baby dummy in his baby bottle, as her friends will screech, especially if they know James. These personalized bags are difficult to produce in bulk, and so would work out untenable for us to produce with the exact names you require. But we have all the messages, but with other names on them. However, these names can be easily changed with sticky back plastic letters, and so you can change the name of the girl and boy to fit your purpose, and really have, usually, ex-boyfriends absolutely beg you not to carry it outside, as you send him a photo or video of you mincing the bag around your garden with a bag saying, "Boys keep calm. Susan says my macho ex Ricky loves to wear nappies, a diaper and plastic baby pants," as he'll have kittens, and beg you not to carry it outside, or show to girlfriends, and be willing to do anything you wish.
Peekaboo bags. You could carry the shopping bag on the back of your elbow, displaying the plain pink rear side. But then when you see a certain girl or lady, you then call out, "Peekaboo," and turn the bag to let her read the message, and screech with laughter and tell other girls.
My guest has been Pamela Lavan, author of the book Not for the Boys. Pamela, I want to thank you for joining us today and being our guest on Books on Air. Do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up today's show?
To summarize, in the last long section I went through, here's the 13 topics. 0. Why the book will appeal to girls and ladies, 23 minutes. 1. Book structure, 19 stories and 10 of Pam and Tom and 9 other stories. 2. Rude Tom and his mum's trap. 3. Tom's change, doing the dishes. 4. Pam discovers what her mum has done and has him under her thumb. 5. Fun football. 6. Fun laundry. 7. Compliments game. 8. Website nftbbooks.com and our secret weapons. 9. Standard bags. 10. Shareable bags. 11. Brother, boyfriend and macho ex-boyfriend bags. 12. Personalized bags. You can purchase the Not for the Boys book as paperback or hardback at Barnes & Noble online store. Enjoy reading, and don't forget the email pamela.lavan@hotmail.com. Thank you, Sloan from
Web Talk Radio and Author House, for giving me the chance to talk about our book and website, and hopefully have given girls and ladies a laugh and giggle at the girly situations boys in the book find themselves in, but also the possibilities for showing local boys or brothers the feminine side of life, using the 3 games: compliments, fun football and fun laundry, and what the future might hold for them. Possibly loads of boys attending schools in a different sweater uniform. The book Not for the Boys by Pamala Lavan is published by Author House, authorhouse.co.uk, and has 3 formats: paperback, hardback, ebook. Remember the website, nftbbooks.com, and the email for other stories and information and girly shopping bags is pamela.lavan@hotmail.com. No E's and just A's in the names of Pamala.Lavan. Bye for now, Hammy.